Hi creative viewers, you're welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be learning how to make this trendy top you are seeing on your screen. So let's get started. First, I am using a crepe fabric for the upper part of this top, and that's my lining over there. I'm going to be using a Mikado fabric for the flare effect of this top. I really don't have much fabric in my workspace, so I'm just going to be using what I have. For this crepe fabric that I'm going to be using for the upper part of this top, I don't think it's up to 1 yard that I have, and I am able to use it because I am on a smaller size. So this is me marking my starting line, after which I'm going to mark just to confirm what I have is if it is enough for my shoulder to waist, and I have 15 inches there, which is okay. So I'm just going to be marking my shoulder width is 7 inches, but I added half inches to it because this is not on the pattern paper, this is on my fabric directly. So for my neck width I used 3 inches, and for the neck depth I used 2.5 inches. I don't want the neck to be too low, that is why I used 2.5 inches. So you can decide to use 3 by 3 inches. It depends on how wide or how high you want your neck to be. So go ahead and create your neckline. It depends on how high or how low you want yours to be. So after that, I actually folded my fabric into 4 because I wanted to cut both front and back together, but I remember that I was supposed to leave a zipper allowance, so I scrapped that. So that is why you are seeing me trying to create another neckline that is for the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and erase that from what I am drafting because there's no zipper allowance over there, and for this top we need to add our zipper to it. So after this, I'm going to go ahead and add half inch. Like I mentioned earlier, I added half inch for my shoulder width, so that is what you are seeing me marking over there. So I came down by 1/4 inches for my shoulder slope or shoulder slant. That is what I am marking over there. So after this, I'm going to measure my armhole. For my armhole is 7 inches. After dividing my bust measurement, my round bust measurement divided by 6, and I added 1.5 inches to it, I got 7 inches. But I'm going to be using 7.5 inches because I want it to be free under my armpit, so I can be able to raise my armpit and shout hallelujah in church. So that is why I used 7.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and find the midpoint of that. That is 3.25, and then I'll come out by half inch over there, and on that line, which is going to form my chest line, I'm just going to mark my bust measurement divided by 4. That's what I'm marking over there, and I'm going to be adding 2 inches allowance for stitching. So after doing this, I'm just going to connect those points together to form my armhole curve. Please, if you have watched to this point and you have not subscribed to my channel, you have not given me a thumbs up, and you have not even commented on this video, please go ahead and do that. Thank you. So after doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and confirm what I have there. So for my sleeve extension, I used 4 inches there. What I have there was 4.25, but by the time I place it on the back, I'm going to show you later, I noticed that it is not equal, so I have to trim it out. So on that sleeve extension, I went down by 1 inch. So I'm just going to connect it back to the neck width. Do you see what I'm doing over there? So I use the curved part of my ruler because our shoulder is not straight, so that's why I make it curvy. So after that, from that line, I'm just going to connect it back to my armhole curve. Do you see that? The former armhole curve that we have is no longer useful. This is what we are going to be making use of. So I'm just going to curve it very well so that I don't have sharp edge at that point. So let me explain very well. So on my shoulder slant that I have before, I went down by 1 inch. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And then I connected it back to my neck width. So at that 1 inch that I went down by, I just join it back to the armhole that I have before. Hope you understand. Please just watch closely, you will get this. So I proceeded to marking my shoulder to nipple, which is 10 inches, and I'm going to be marking my nipple to nipple measurement for that. I used the waist dart for this. I didn't use a side dart. So for my nipple to nipple measurement is 7 inches divided by 2. Then I marked 3.5 inches over there. So for my dart, instead of half inch that we used to use, I used 1/4 inches because I want it very snatched. So on my shoulder to nipple point, I came down by 1 inch because I won't want my dart to stop on my nipple. I just want it a little bit lower to my nipple point. So that's what I am connecting there. So 1/4 inch to the left and the right on my waistline. That's what I did over there. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my bust, round bust measurements divided by 4, and then that's what I marked there. I added 2 inches allowance. So on my waist, I marked my waist measurement. I added my dart allowance to it, and then I'm going to add 2 inches for stitching. Hope you understand, because I'm going to be taking that dart and I need to replace it so that my clothes won't be too tight. So after this, I am going to go ahead and cut it. Like I said earlier, I wanted to cut both front and back together before. Then I remembered that there's no zipper allowance. I didn't have zipper allowance, so I have to divide the fabric into 2. So I'm just going to notch my dart there. Go ahead and notch your dart, or anyhow you like to make your dart, you can go ahead and do that. So this is my back here. I'm folding my back here. I'm going to be marking 1 inch at that folded edge for my zipper allowance. So I'll mark it all through. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's form a community, let's form a family, the celebrity family. I would love to have you on board. This will encourage me to post more video and help the algorithm to push my video to more audience. Thank you so much. So after marking 1 inch like that, I'm going to bring the front piece so that I won't have to start drafting again, since they are the same thing. The only difference is the zipper allowance. You know, when I was measuring my sleeve extension, I used 4.5/4, but by the time I placed it on the back, I noticed that it is shorter. So I just removed the 1/2 and then I made it 4 inches. So I was trying to adjust it there so that it will be equal, so that I won't have one part longer than the other. So after that, I'm going to go in by 1 inch on that waistline to remove my zipper bulge, and then I'll connect it back to the neck depth. So go ahead and do what I am doing here. Very simple, just to remove zipper bulge. That is why we are doing this. So after this, I'm going to measure 1.5 inches for my neck depth for the back, because I don't want it to be too low. By the time I'm done joining it with the lining or turning it with the lining, I'm going to have 2 inches for the depth. I hope you understand. So I'm just going to connect it back to my neck width of the front. So it's time to cut. I'm going to just confirm what I have for the length of this particular top, so that I will make sure that they are on the same page. So that is me cutting off the sleeve extension over there. So after cutting this, we are just going to go ahead and stitch our dart. So I'm notching the dart there. I'm using the same dart for both front and back. There's no difference. The only difference is the zipper side. So I have gone ahead to stitch my dart before I cut it on my lining. This is why I don't really like putting that in my lining. I really don't like putting that in my lining. So this is my lining for the front. I have gone ahead to cut it. I did not put that there like I mentioned earlier. So this is my front, this is my back piece rather, and also the lining. So I have gone ahead to place my dart on the back piece as well. So now it is time to join both the front piece and the back piece together. So this is how I was able to join mine to avoid having stitching outside. I don't want my stitches to be showing outside. So watch closely. I I place the front piece, the back piece on the front piece, and then I'm going to join them on the shoulder first. Do you see what I just did there? I will do the same thing on the lining. This is the front piece of the lining, and then I'm going to place the back piece on it like this. Can you see what I'm doing there? And then I'm going to join it on the shoulder as well. So whatever I do on my fabric, I'm going to do on my lining. So this is it here. I have joined it on the shoulder. Can you see what we have there? I've joined it on the shoulder. So after this, I'm going to bring the lining and place it on the fabric like this, right side facing each other, and then I'm going to turn it. I'm going to use the lining to turn the neckline and then the armhole. Can you see? This is my armhole here. I'm trying to explain to you. And then I'm joining it on the side as well. From the armhole, I will join it to the side, and then the neck. From the armhole, I'm going to join it to the side. So the only opening I'm going to have is a down part. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the opening that I have there that I was trying to explain. So after turning it, I have to notch it. Please go ahead and notch it. The armhole, notch it very well. Every curvy part that you have, please go ahead and notch it so that you can feel relaxed, and then by the time you turn it out, it won't be stressing you. By the time you iron it, it will just lay flat. So this is me notching it here. I'm just trying to show you to go ahead and notch your own. Notch your armhole, notch your neckline. Make sure that everywhere that you have turned, you are notching it so that you can feel relaxed. So I'm just going to turn it out this way. So go ahead and turn yours out as well. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, turn on your notification bell so that when I post a new video next time, you'll be the first to see it. So I'm just using this scissors to push out the armhole and then the neckline. You know that we also use this lining to turn the neckline. So use your whatever you can use to push it out very well. So that's what I am doing over here. So after pushing it out, it is time to just join them by the side. So I'm just trying to push it out very well and show you. Can you see my dart? My dart, I really love my dart. So now I'm just going to use 1.5 inches to join the side. When I was using my lining to turn it inside out, I used 1/2 inch. So now the remaining, out of the 2 inches that I left when I was drafting, I've used 1/2 inch to turn it inside out. So the remaining 1.5 inches, that's what I'm going to use to join the side. So I've gone ahead to join the side, and I have added my zipper as well, as you can see. So it is time to cut the flare effect. So I'm going to bring my measuring tape now, and then this is the Mikado I'm going to be using, right, for the flare effect, like I explained earlier. So I'm going to measure from side to side. For the front, I'm going to measure it separately, and then for the back, I'm going to measure from the zipper side to the side. As you can see what I'm doing there. So on the other side, I just want to confirm if they are the same measurement. So after doing this, it is time to cut our flare. So to cut my flare, the length I used is 10 inches plus the stitching allowance and the hemming allowance. That's why it is up to 10 inches. You can decide to use something lesser than 10 inches. You can use 8 inches, you can use 7 inches, but for me, I'm going to be using 10 inches. So as you can see, that edge is not straight, so I'm trying to mark it straight. If you have a straight fabric, you can just go ahead and skip this part. Like I mentioned earlier, what I have is not even enough. I just want to manage what I have. So this is 10 inches that I'm marking over there. So for the back measurement that I have, from the zipper side to the other side, to the side of this top that I measured earlier, I have 7 inches. So I added extra 10 inches to it, making 17 inches. So I cut 17 inches in 2 places for the back. So for the front, what I have left is not enough, so I decided to join it. So for the front, instead of 10 inches, I added 20 inches. That is what I added. What I have at the front is about 14 inches. By the time I measure from one side to the other side, I have 14 inches. So I added 20 inches to it. So now that is what I have cut out here. So I just locate my midpoint for the mikado, which is the flare, and then for the top itself, for the crepe, I located the midpoint as well. So I'm just going to pin it down. The reason I added 20 inches to it is for the extension that is at the side, the both sides. You know, it's the both side I have the extension. So after pinning, I'm going to stop at the side, at that side. That is where you are going to stop. So for the back, I'm going to leave about 1 inch before I start pinning. The reason is that so that I can be able to hem it. You know, I am not using lining to turn this. If you want to use lining to turn yours, you can go ahead and use lining. So after leaving 1 inch, my pinning is going to stop at the side of this top. I'm going to show you now. This is the side of my top. Can you see? I'm just trying to zip it so that you can see. Can you see? My pinning stops at the side of this top. Make sure that your pinning or your stitching stop at the side. So I'm just going to continue to pin the rest of the front flare to it. So I'm just going to stop at the side. That's what I'm trying to show you. So I'm bringing the other part of the back, and then I left 1 inch again for the hemming allowance again. Then I'm going to pin and stop at the side as well. So this is how you are going to get that extension at the side. If you don't stop at the side, you cannot get the extension at the side. So after doing this, I will go ahead and stitch it on my machine. I noticed that I just pinned on the wrong side of the mikado, so I'm just going to remove that off camera and then re-pin it. So one part is longer, so I'm just going to trim it to have equal length. So it is time to go ahead and stitch it. By the time you are stitching, start from one end and stop at the side. Then I'm going to hem that part. That's what I'm trying to show you there. That is why I left that 1 inch allowance for the hemming, so that the rough edges will be inside. So at this point, I am done joining it. I'm going to show you the inner part. I'm going to weave that later off camera. So to secure the rough edges, I'm just going to hem it. I'm going to show you now. This is it. I'm going to hem it. Go ahead and hem it all the way round to secure the rough edges. So after hemming it, I'm going to show you the next thing to do. So I'm going to cut off that zipper allowance excess that I have. Zip that I have there. It's not zipper allowance, pardon me. The zipper that is there, I'm just going to cut it off because it's not needed again. So at the side, so that your body is not going to be showing, it's not going to be revealing, I just stitched about 1.5 inches around that side, just to make sure that my body is not revealing when I sit down. So we have come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.